My journey with thyroid cancer began unexpectedly. Like many people, I did not pay much attention to the small butterfly-shaped gland in my neck. I was busy with my work, my family, and my daily life. Then a small lump appeared. At first, I thought it was nothing serious, maybe just a swollen gland from a cold. But it did not go away. A checkup with my doctor led to more tests, and soon I received the news that no one wants to hear. It was cancer. The only solution was a total thyroidectomy, which means the complete removal of my thyroid gland. The thought of surgery was scary, but the thought of letting the cancer grow was even more frightening. So I prepared myself for a big change. Before the surgery, my body was already sending me signals that something was wrong. I often felt a strange chill, even on warm days. It was a deep coldness that no blanket could seem to fix. Along with the chills came a constant feeling of weakness. Simple tasks like walking up a flight of stairs would leave me breathless and tired. My energy was so low that getting through a normal day felt like running a marathon. There was also a persistent anxiety that hummed in the background of my thoughts. It was a nervous energy that made it hard to relax or focus, a feeling that my body was not quite my own anymore. This feeling of being unwell affected everything. I found it hard to concentrate on my work because my mind was clouded with worry and physical discomfort. My appetite changed, and I often felt full after just a few bites, which was unusual for me. Friends would invite me out, but I would often decline because I simply did not have the strength to socialize. The world seemed to be moving at a normal pace, but I felt like I was stuck in slow motion, watching everyone else live their lives while I struggled with my invisible battle. The lump in my neck was a constant reminder of the problem growing inside me. Preparing for the surgery was both a physical and emotional process. I had to learn about what the thyroid does for the body. It is like the body's engine manager, controlling metabolism, energy, and even body temperature. Removing it meant I would need to rely on medication for the rest of my life to do its job. I talked to my doctors, my family, and a few close friends who offered their support. This support was very important. It gave me the courage to face the operation. I knew the road ahead would be difficult, but it was the only road toward getting better and taking back control of my health. Waking up after the total thyroidectomy was the start of a completely new chapter. The surgery was successful and the cancer was gone, which was a huge relief. However, my body had to learn how to function without its thyroid. The first few weeks were challenging. I felt a different kind of weakness, a post-surgery fatigue that was deep in my bones. My body was healing from the operation, but it was also adjusting to the absence of a vital organ. The medication I was prescribed, a synthetic thyroid hormone, was now my lifeline. Finding the right dosage was a process of trial and error, a delicate balance that my doctor and I had to figure out together. My relationship with food changed dramatically. Before, I ate what I wanted without much thought. Now, I had to be very careful. My metabolism was slower and I gained weight easily. I learned that certain foods, like those high in soy or calcium, could interfere with the absorption of my thyroid medication. I had to create new rules for myself. This meant media group, person setting alarm for medication, meal planner with scheduled times, person checking list of foods to avoid stock distribute equally, timing my meals carefully around my pill, avoiding certain ingredient, and focusing on a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins. Eating was no longer just for pleasure. It became a conscious act of managing my health and energy levels every single day. Everyday life required new strategies. Simple chores that I used to do without thinking now needed planning. I had to listen to my body more closely than ever before. If I felt tired, I had to rest. Pushing myself too hard would result in days of exhaustion. My energy levels would fluctuate, sometimes feeling almost normal and other times feeling completely drained. This inconsistency was frustrating. I had to learn to be patient with myself and to accept that my body had new limits. It was a lesson in humility and in the importance of self-care. My daily routine now revolved around my medication, my diet, and my energy. Over time, I started to find a rhythm in this new normal. The extreme highs and lows of my energy began to even out as my medication dosage was perfected. I discovered new sources of strength, not just physically but mentally. I celebrated small victories, like having enough energy to take a long walk or enjoying a meal with friends without worrying too much. Life without a thyroid is a continuous journey of management and awareness. It is not always easy, but it is a life that can still be full and meaningful. It taught me to appreciate my health in a way I never had before. A serious illness like thyroid cancer does not just test your body, it tests your relationships. When I was first diagnosed, the outpouring of support was overwhelming and comforting. My family and closest friends rallied around me, offering rides to the hospital, cooking meals, and just sitting with me when I felt too weak or anxious to talk. Their presence was a powerful medicine for my spirit. It reminded me that I was not alone in this fight. This genuine care from loved ones helps a person feel safe and loved, which is incredibly important when you are facing a health crisis. True support is quiet, patient, and constant. However, not all relationships can withstand the strain of a long-term illness. Some friends, perhaps unsure of what to say or do, slowly drifted away. The invitations stopped coming and the phone calls became less frequent. It was a painful realization that some connections are built for sunny days, not for storms. This loss of support can feel like a second illness, an emotional wound on top of the physical one. It taught me that while some people are in your life for a season, others are there for a lifetime. The illness became a filter, showing me who was truly willing to walk beside me through the difficult parts of my journey. In the midst of this vulnerability, it can be tempting to seek comfort in many places. Sometimes a person might look for many loves or a wide circle of new friendships to fill the void left by loneliness or fear. It is a way to feel wanted and to distract from the daily struggles of the illness. This desire for connection is natural. We all want to feel loved and understood. However, while having many friends can be a temporary comfort, it is not a cure for the physical reality of the condition. No amount of attention or affection can replace the need for proper medical treatment and stable, genuine support. Ultimately, I learned that the quality of support matters more than the quantity. A few loyal friends who truly understand what you are going through are worth more than 100 acquaintances who do not. The foundation of true support is honesty and empathy. It is about having people who will listen without judgment, who will celebrate your small steps forward, and who will simply be there on the hard days. This kind of deep, meaningful connection, combined with the right medical care, is what provides the strength to keep going. It is a partnership between the heart and the body, both needing care to heal. The journey through thyroid cancer and life after a thyroidectomy is a marathon, not a sprint. It is a path filled with challenges, but it is also a path that leads to incredible resilience and a deeper appreciation for life. The key to navigating this journey is finding a balance between medical treatment and emotional well-being. Your medication is your non-negotiable partner. Taking it consistently every day, at the right time, is the foundation of your physical health. It is what allows your body to function and gives you the energy to live your life. Never underestimate the power of your treatment plan. Alongside medicine, building a strong support system is crucial. This support can come from family, loyal friends, or even support groups with people who are going through the same thing. Sharing your story with others who understand can be incredibly healing. It reduces the feeling of isolation and provides practical advice and emotional comfort. Do not be afraid to ask for help or to tell people what you need. Real support is about more than just well wishes. It is about practical help and emotional presence. Let the people who love you be a part of your healing team. It is also important to be kind to yourself. You will have good days and bad days. There will be times when you feel frustrated with your body's new limits or with the daily routine of managing your condition. On those days, practice self-compassion. Allow yourself to rest. Acknowledge your feelings without judgment. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small it seems. Your body has been through a major trauma, and healing is a gradual process. Learning to live with a chronic condition is a skill, and like any skill, it takes time and patience to master. Be patient with your body and your mind. To anyone reading this who is just starting their own thyroid journey, I want to leave you with a message of hope. While life will be different, it can still be beautiful and full. Living with thyroid cancer and its aftermath is manageable. With the right medical care, a strong support network, and a hopeful outlook, you can thrive. You are stronger than you think. This experience will teach you so much about your own resilience and the importance of health. Hold on to hope, trust your doctors, lean on your loved ones, and know that you can build a happy, fulfilling life.